Hi, it's NickyMoon, and welcome to another product review. This week, we are checking out a Paiste Signature Series 20-inch Mellow ride. All right, now this is actually the first Paiste Mellow ride in the Signature Series that I think I've ever played. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed, I do generally enjoy Paiste cymbals. However, they have too many things for me to say, I like Paiste or I don't like Paiste. No, like there's too many, ups and downs and in betweens. There's a lot of things that they have that I like, but there's a lot of things that they have that I don't like. So to kind of get into this cymbal, first we need to kind of talk about like the Signature Series in general. So what is it, right? What is the Paiste Signature Series? Well, I would sort of call it kind of like their A custom, if you had to sort of make a comparison to the Big Z. Whereas like the Paiste 2002, I would say is more of like the Zildjian A, kind of thing. It's bright, it projects. It's more of a projecting kind of cymbal, a higher frequency, higher volume kind of cymbal. Personally, I like the 2002s better than the A's, but that's just me, that's just me. Now the Paiste Signature is similar to the 2002 line, but with some notable differences. So the first, obviously, you can tell just by looking at it, it's not the same kind of bronze, right? The 2002 has sort of more of a peach color, a little bit more of an orangish kind of hue. Now this is in opposition to the Zildjian Sabian Turkish alloy cymbals that are more of a gold or even sometimes silvery kind of color to them. Now this is a very kind of gold looking cymbal. All right, it's very beautiful to look at. So this is actually Paiste's proprietary signature alloy. They say it's like this big secret, everybody in their secrets. It's not, it's B15 basically, between 14 to 16% tin content. But you got to keep in mind, cymbal alloys are not just copper tin. There's differences. In the B20 is a very unique material, the way that it's made and the properties that it has. The alloys that Paiste uses are actually what's called phosphorus bronze or phosphor bronze alloys, because they have a very small percentage of phosphorus in the material. Now these lower tin alloys, because of that phosphorus and because of the way that they are melted together and cast, it's completely different than the Turkish style B20 bronze. These are done in what's called continuous casting process, which is done in these large volumes, very, very large volumes. But there's lots of steps in that process that allow for the material to be cleaned and impurities to be removed, which is why this is such a pristine product that they put out, because there's almost zero impurity in it by the time the cymbal blank is what it is. So now this particular Paiste Signature Series ride cymbal, it's made from the Paiste Signature alloy. This is 2,278 grams, which puts for a 20-inch cymbal into the medium thin category. All right, it has pretty standard features, I guess you could say, all around. The bell on this one and on most of the signatures that I've seen is sort of the half circle bell. It's not really, there's not like a lot of teepee type curvature to it, or the church bell kind of shape, more like the Zildjian or a lot of the Zildjians. Excuse me, this is much more of a traditional, just half circle bell shape. The profile is what I would consider medium. It's not high, it's not low, it's just kind of right in the middle. And the tension is just normal. So it's very like sort of standard run of the mill, which, it's a factory cymbal, right? So what do you expect? Now the Paiste profile is kind of unique to them in that it's sort of comes directly out of the bell, and it just kind of, it's very gradual, and it just sort of arrives at the edge, almost kind of flat towards the edge, which works for most cymbals pretty well, because you always want that area closer to the bell, like to be higher, or in most circumstances to be higher. It should always be coming down. So this kind of shape ensures that there's never any discrepancies in that, which creates that nice uniformity, which is what Paiste likes. They like uniform, they like clean, they like consistent. That is the Swiss German manufacturing mentality. Okay, they're not trying to make individual, like kind of things. That's not what they want to do. They want to just duplicate things over and over and over again, which is great for a mass market product, because if you want to buy one of these and you have to, watch a video, and when you go, wow, I like the way the one sounds in the video, then you order it, like it's gonna sound like that, whatever you get. So, I do give them props for that. Now, this is, you can't really categorize this as like brilliant or natural. It's kind of a combination of both, actually. This lathing style that they do, it's sort of a combined lathing style, which I employ this same method on a lot of my cymbals. I think it's beautiful, it looks great, it sounds great. They get an absolute A+, in my opinion, for the appearance of these cymbals. They're absolutely gorgeous. They look good in every kind of light. They're stunning. They really are. They're just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, so how are these cymbals shaped, right? These are shaped with a operator who's holding their blank, which in the case of a Paiste blank for a B8 or a B15 proprietary alloy cymbal, it's just a circle cut disc of this alloy, but it does not have the tin oxide and all the dirt and the rawness that a B20 blank has. That's all removed during the continuous casting process. So this is basically just a shiny, flat, perfectly uniform circle of this bronze alloy. The operator takes this over to a pneumatic hammer. It is hand-shaped, sort of, in that the operator is feeding the cymbal in and out of the machine. It's all done by a person. The machine is doing the hammering, so to speak, but the person is directing where all the hammering goes. The way the Paiste operators make most of their cymbals is they have on their leg a little thing rigged up with a pole. The cymbal sits there and they just kind of rotate it and then move their leg. So, that is a much preferred hammering method. You could say, oh, it's machine hammering or whatever. There's a person involved, which is great. And it's starting from a flat blank and it's being brought into shape by hammering with human intuition. That matters a lot. Trust me, that matters a lot. If you were to just stamp the blank into a sort of preliminary shape and then do a CNC hammer, which is, that's how Zildjian's are made. I'm sorry, but the result sometimes, I guess, can be decent, but I just don't think it's as good. I don't think it gives you quite as much character. Now, I'm not saying this cymbal has a ton of character, because it doesn't. I'm going to play you a clip in a minute of the cymbal so you can hear it. It is very clean. It is very, very clear. It's very uniform. They have given the title Mellow Ride is extremely appropriate. This is a nice mellow sounding cymbal, but it's still higher enough in the frequency spectrum because of the alloy and because of the way it's manufactured that it will still cut extremely well. It's a very, very well balanced cymbal. It's really, really a nice factory cymbal. This would work in almost any setting. It's maybe a little bit too bright for some kinds of jazz, but the right player could totally make it work. You know what I mean? That's all up to the drummer. So all in all, I would say a wonderful cymbal. My only gripe about it is something that comes along with pretty much all factory-made cymbals. There's an overtone. It's sort of a, it's the gong sound, which is very typical of factory-made cymbals because of a lot of factors. I can't get into all of that right now, but it's just kind of a thing. And, you're not going to hear it in context, which is kind of why they don't seem to care about, removing it, so to speak. So anyhow, I'm going to show you a clip of the cymbal being played. if you like this kind of content and you would like to see more cymbal-related content, head over to Patreon and check out my Patreon channel. There's a whole mess of other kinds of cymbal content, including cymbal factory tours that I've gone on, product reviews, little series that I've done, whole lots of fun stuff for cymbals. So head over to Patreon, check that out. See you guys next time.